Good morning, everybody. We are back at the Western Dubuque High School track. It is about 7:30 on a Tuesday morning here in Epworth, Iowa. I am less than 2 weeks out from my first steeplechase. I'm not exactly sure what I should be doing at this point out from the race. But what I've got on the menu for today is 4x200s, the 200-meter jog. The 200 meters will be at 40 seconds, which is about my mile pace. And then I'll do 3 times 1 mile, or about 6 minutes of running at threshold pace with 1 minute jogs in between. So those are gonna be real short. And then another 4x200 with 200-meter jogs back at mile pace. So I'll be getting stuff shorter but faster than my race pace, and stuff that's slower but should be a nice prep, and it's ultimately pretty close to what my race pace is going to be. And then we'll try and see if we can do some more hurdle work. So that's what's going on for today. First 2 mile warm up, and then we'll get into the run. We'll get spiked up, we'll get going. All right, the last spikes video that I made, a lot of you guys gave me a hard time for wearing socks and spikes. But my feet, my way of doing it. I'm gonna wear socks with my spikes. I didn't wear spikes and socks, or socks with my spikes, in high school or college, but I'm gonna do it now. Just feels right for me. Plus, Noah Lyles does it, so it can't be that wrong. All right, that's the 4 200s for the recoveries. I've been walking the first 100, jogging the second 100. Next, I'll get into those threshold miles, but they're kind of Jack Daniels miles. So when he says a mile on his workouts, he means about 5 or 6 minutes worth of effort. So that it matches up with the rest periods appropriately. He wants a 5-to-1 or 6-to-1 ratio of work to rest when you're doing threshold work. So I'm gonna do that, but today I'll go the full mile, which for me today is going to be around 6 minutes 30 is my goal. A little bit more than 4 minutes per K. And then I'll increase the rest by what? 5 seconds? So that's how I'll do that. And for the rest for these, I'm just gonna stand still and recover, catch my breath. So, all right, that's all we got coming up. That'll keep you honest. One more. All right, 1 minute left in the 200s. This first one's gonna be brutal. The workout, gonna walk out this last recovery, walked 100 meters on the curve, gonna walk it back to get the 200 meter jog recovery, and then let's do some hurdles, and then we'll do the cool down. All right, finished the workout for today. That was a tough one. And now I know that given how close I am to the race, I'm not sure how beneficial the actual strength portion of the workout was, but even so, I think it was important for me to do this kind of workout that had some longer threshold level efforts in it while on the track in spike, so I can get used to the spikes for a longer period of time, which I did, and so that I could get used to kind of hurting for longer, which is kind of like getting the mind ready and the body ready for what's going to be coming up for the race. Now, I was going at about threshold pace for those mile reps today, and I think that I can go a little bit faster when I'm doing it for a 3,000 meter steeplechase, but not much. I think that's a good place for me to kind of be, especially since this will be my first steeplechase and a lot of new things happening, a lot of new things that I won't know how to prepare for, that I'll be surprises. So I think that's going to be another nice benefit of this workout, is settling into what race effort's going to feel like, realizing that it's not as instantaneously and intense of a feeling, but it's a slow burn, and burn it does. So all useful things. I'm gonna finish up the 2 miles cool down here on the track. It is wonderful to get out of spikes and back into my other road shoes for now. Feels so comfortable. The one thing that I'm gonna keep an eye on is on the jogging portions, when I'm in the spikes, it puts a lot of strain on my Achilles. So my right Achilles feels a little bit tired right now. So that's something that I'm gonna make sure I rest up and keep in mind going forward. I noticed it after the mile repeats, so I kept kind of like checking in with myself, thinking, you know what, another extra 200, or if I cut it short, isn't gonna make or break this next race preparation. So I was very ready to call the workout, but I felt good enough when I was running, not jogging and walking, but running, to keep going for today. But it's something that I'll keep an eye out for the future. Achilles injuries are something that I haven't had basically since I wore spikes last. And basically what would happen is I would start to feel just a little strain in the Achilles whenever I ramped up intensity a little bit too fast, which is kind of what I'm doing here now. So something that I will be very mindful of over the next couple of weeks. Probably I'll definitely consider modifying any future workouts from here till the race. And at this point, just gotta make sure that I'm mentally ready and physically and in best shape in terms of recovery as I can be. Now, as far as the hurdling is going, I didn't do a ton of hurdle work today. I did some stretching, did kind of like the drill where I put the trail leg very slowly over the hurdle. More working on my mobility and trying to build quick muscle memory in terms of remembering how to do all that. And I feel like I'm in a good enough spot given, you know, the overall amount of time that I've given myself to prepare for this race and my access to hurdles. My only main concern, I'm feeling good about it all, feeling really good, but my main concern is that I think I have those at the right height, 36 inches, but it seems low to me for some reason. And so I'm worried that when I get to the meet in less than 2 weeks, the hurdles will just seem giant and that'll throw me off. So that's kind of like an insecurity fear that I have going on, but hopefully I got it all done correctly because I feel good about that hurdle height, feel good about clearing it. By no means am I going to be getting put on any posters or anything, but I feel like I'm at a good spot. I feel comfortable with that. So overall, my goal from here on out is to just stay sharp, work on focusing the mind on being able to grind it out for the 3,000 meters and relax when it comes to the obstacles, especially the water barrier. So that's my goal from here on out, about 10 days, 12 days to the meet. That's all I got for today, everybody. Thanks so much for making it all the way to the end of the video. Hopefully you guys are staying safe out there on your runs, and I'll see you in the next one.